of course, none of us know if we did contract COVID-19, how would it affect us, but I just, because of how bad my asthma is, I just feel like I would get the worst possible symptoms. And hey y'all, it's Skill. Please subscribe, like, comment, and hit that little bell so you're notified every single time I post a new video. So I just received the first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine on Monday, and today is Saturday. If you're new to this channel, and if you have been following this channel for a while, I work in healthcare. I work in physical therapy. And when the pandemic first broke in China, everybody was really skeptical. First, we didn't think it was going to get to America. And then it got to America. And then it was a lot of talks of, this is gonna be like the flu. This isn't even as bad as the flu. We'll be over it soon. Maybe when it gets hot, like all of these things. And then I actually had a trip scheduled in March. I was going on a bachelorette trip in Mexico, and like, of course, I've already put in my time. Everybody knew. And then we had this big meeting, and my building where I worked at, they suspended all travel outside of the US. And so, like, not that you couldn't go, but if you went, you had to quarantine for 14 days. And so it's like, who wants to use all that PTO? Also, they gave the option of people who are high risk, and myself, I have, moderate to severe asthma. So like, I have my inhaler on me at all times. Going into spring or coming into fall person where like my allergies and asthma go crazy. And so they offered us 80 hours of PTO if we wanted to just stop coming to work because we were at risk. And it was hard. It was hard to, because of the unknown, like not to take it. I worked, this whole time during the pandemic, but I didn't want to I have an issue with owing people. And so I'm like, what if something happens and I want to transfer jobs, if I want to go somewhere else, if I get this opportunity, and it's like I have this, negative 80 hours and you had to, earn the time back or pay it back, and which I wanted to do neither. And I got bills and an apartment and things like that. So I was just like, I'll work and I'll just try to stay as safe as possible. And so that was, it was all hard because it's all unknown. And so everybody's on edge because we're like, is it gonna come here? Is somebody gonna get it? Is it of all our patients? Everybody we work with, is pretty much in the high risk category. And so you're worried about your patients getting it, you're worried about your coworkers getting it, you're worried about yourself, you're worried about transmitting it. I don't know if I would have ever lived with myself if I had gotten COVID-19, passed it on to a patient, and they passed away. I just knew. So I was just super careful. My roommate, who you guys have met, if you have not, please check out some of our Vlogmas videos because she's wonderful. I had to, I talked to her about being super careful because if, she contracts it and I contract it, and I just didn't want that to happen to anybody, definitely because of me. And so actually, we didn't even get COVID in our building until 6 months later. So one of the workers, brought it in, and no fault, no blame, because you just never know. And it spread like wildfire. And they came in, they put up barriers. We had KN95s, and by barriers, we had these plastic sheets everywhere, and you had to unzip it to go to this side. We had strict regulations of when to see which patients, because fortunately, every patient didn't get COVID, so you definitely didn't want to see a COVID patient. and then see a regular patient and then accidentally transfer it. Like, it was just a lot, and it's always been a lot mentally because it's so unknown. And then, you know, COVID got so politicized, like taking care of each other and being there for each other got so politicized. And so you just, you know, you hear this talks about the vaccine, and of course everybody is wondering, should they take it? I work with mostly African Americans, patients and co-workers, and we're all like, do we do it? Do we have to take it? Should we take it? Because, you know, if you watch, I did a whole book review on Henrietta Lacks and how they, you know, pretty much took her cells without her knowing, experimenting on her. Of course, with the Tuskegee Airmen and, you know, the syphilis trials. Like, I get, like, that's important, and it's important to like talk about it, and it's important not to just say like African Americans are afraid or are skeptical of taking the vaccine. Like, no, because of America's history and the trials and trauma we have put African Americans through in the medical field, they are skeptical about taking this vaccine. Like, let's talk about it. Like, let's put life to it. And so I went through a lot thinking that, like, should I take it? It wasn't mandated by my job. It's not mandated. I don't know if it ever will be. The flu vaccine is not mandated, so it might be the same thing. You know, I kind of went through, like, do I take it? I kind of was more, you know, with my asthma, do I chance COVID with asthma? And I don't know, I just feel like my asthma is so bad, like I'm definitely going on a ventilator. Like, I just feel like it's definitely gonna, you know, affect me hard and affect me negatively. You know, not that it doesn't affect anybody negatively, but like, you know, there are like, you know, levels. Like, not everybody who gets COVID goes to the hospital, not everybody gets COVID dies. And I just felt like, for me personally, and I can't say anything for anybody else. So for me personally, I felt like it would have been worse for me to contract COVID than for me to get the vaccine. So, you know, I signed up for the vaccine. You go, of course, everything is social distancing. Everything is like, you know, the things that were easy are laborious. It takes much more time now to do every single thing nowadays than it did before. And so, you know, you've been hearing all the trouble about the vaccine rollout because you don't pay for it. It's not with this capitalism society that we live in, the rollout for the vaccine has been terrible. So I had a 12 o'clock appointment. I don't think I got seen till like 1:15 because there's only 2 people, you know, administering the vaccine. And that's probably because it's like, how are we paying for the people to be off to take the vaccine, and or, you know, reduce time, and how are we paying for the people to administer the vaccine? You know, whatever reason that capitalism stops us from like just being good people and like just doing things right for people. So definitely didn't get seen at 12. And so, you know, I sit down, I fill out a questionnaire. You know, before you even get in, you have to do the temperature check. You have to answer all these questions. You know, are you experiencing these symptoms? Have you been around anybody with COVID-19? Have you ever been exposed to COVID-19? You know, questions like that. So you fill out the questionnaire, and then you wait. You social distantly wait. And then when you go up, you know, I sat in the chair. The guy was super friendly. And he asked me what arm did I want the vaccine in. And so I chose my left arm because I hear that you get really sore. And you do. My arm was extremely sore afterwards. They had Advil there, so I took some Advil straight after. So my arm didn't get sore for like hours later, but I'm not sure, you know, if it was due to me just already taking the Advil or, you know, that's just the effects. And so, I got it in my left arm because I'm left-handed. Like I said, I got it Monday, and so as you can see, there's no marks. There's nothing to indicate that I had the vaccine. The guy, I didn't bleed. The guy even said like, "Oh wow, you're not a bleeder," and I'm like, I don't know. I'm mean, if I get cut or something, I probably will bleed. And so then you go to another room and you sit for 15 minutes. They monitor you for 15 minutes to see if there's any adverse reactions, to see if anything, you know, goes on, if you're gonna be okay. And then it's just hopefully, you know, after these 15 minutes. And I personally thought that because of my asthma, because of being at risk, that I was gonna sit longer, but I guess at this point, everybody who is taking the vaccine now is at risk maybe. So that's why they didn't, you know, I didn't get monitored longer than 15 minutes. And afterwards, like I said, my arm was really sore. Like I couldn't even lift it. Like it was like a lot to like lift my arm up. But that was pretty much it. That was like the only symptom that I had. And throughout the day, I made sure to do like more arm movements, like just to move my arm around more to maybe combat the soreness, but it still was sore. I was probably sore for 2 days, maybe a day and a half, like half of Monday when I got the vaccine, and then Tuesday, and then Wednesday I was fine. My arm feels normal. It's not hard. There's no, it doesn't feel like anything has been here on my arm. So that was a good thing. And mostly I hear like more severe reactions happen with the second dose. So I don't know, but I'll make sure to let you guys know. I'm trying to think, is anything that I missed? The reason why I took the vaccine is, one, because like I said, I'm at risk. I'm higher risk. And you know, I want to be safe. I want to be here. I want to live past 2021. And like I said, with how severe my asthma is, I don't know what would happen if I contracted COVID-19. And you know, I don't know what effects that it would have on me. And I automatically assume the worst because of my asthma. So, you know, that's what really made me take the vaccine. My patients, like I said, you know, at the beginning, if anything ever happened to them because of me, like, I don't know where I would be. Like, I don't know if I would be able to survive it, or it would take a while to get over the guilt and over the shame of, like, you know, inadvertently, you know, not on purpose, you know, hurting somebody else or causing harm to somebody else. And not even just my patients, you know, the limited interaction I have with people at the grocery store and things like that, with my family, the limited interactions I have with them, but you just never know. And so, yeah, those are the two reasons, just, you know, for other people. And, like, I'll let you know, I'll do another video after dose 2. It should be in February, the beginning of February. Like, I got it for peace of mind. Like, I know, you know, there's so much skepticism and we don't know for sure, but I do feel better having the first dose, feeling like, you know, I'm much safer now. And for my patients, like I said at the beginning, like, I don't know what I would do if I inadvertently infected somebody else. Like, I don't know if I could take it. I don't know if I could have survived, you know, harming somebody else, you know. Yeah, and my family, the limited interaction I have with my family, my roommate, you know, working in healthcare, being so close to people, you know, staring COVID-19 in the face, because I work with COVID-19 patients. We currently don't have COVID-19 patients, but we have people who have recovered from COVID-19, you know, in our building. And just, you know, what if I come home and bring this to my roommate, my family, and I don't want that for other people. I don't want to be the cause. Like, I want to be a part of the solution, and hopefully this vaccine is part of the solution. And so when I get dose 2, I will give you guys another update. Thank you for listening to my little story time. As always, y'all, please subscribe, like, comment, and hit that little bell so you're notified every single time I post a new video. Please share this with anybody who you think is considering taking the vaccine. Of course, it's not widely available to everybody, but, you know, when the time comes, like, just be informed, do your research, talk to people who have had it. I'm sure everybody by now knows somebody in healthcare. If you know any healthcare professionals who are thinking about not taking the vaccine or thinking of taking it, like, share this video. I'm not here to judge, because I feel like this has to be on an individual basis. You have to, you know, like I said, do the research. It has to be a decision that you make for yourself, but just knowing that, like, your decision does affect everybody else. So, thank you.